and the payouts weren't that big. Yeah, I won a good size of money playing fighting games. It's nothing to maintain me for life, you feel me? Like, it wasn't constant money all the time.
Make sure I'm good. Wait, hold on, the Z not showing. You gotta show the Z, ZakkuRye. Oh, hey, how are you? In today's video, we're gonna be reacting to fighting games may ruin your life. This video is from FightingGM. This dude, I remember seeing him around back in the day. MLG, you know, some of you guys are young. You guys don't probably know about Major League Gaming. Pretty sure this dude was a really good Tekken player. I remember having a conversation with my boy, Metsu, and we were just like, dude, being a fighting game player sucks. Okay, being a competitive fighting game player sucks. I thought about it. We waste so much time, 8 hours a day grinding footsies, raging online, going up against modern Hondas, ignorant Zangiefs, whatever game you're playing, constantly raging.
Here comes a new challenger.
Why are you trying to go pro when there's no return of investment? Tournament payouts are sus, wasting like thousands of dollars traveling. You spent 5-10 years playing one game and you didn't get anything out of it. I want to go ahead and react to this and see what he's talking about.
And the video that I want to make today is how fighting games, pro fighting game tournaments, or just pro fighting games in general, can ruin your life if you let it consume you.
Talk.
So I wanted to make this video because myself, I've been going through a lot.
Off the rip, FightingGM, you're certified. You see the corner of his room? Goku. Come on now. I mean, he's tapped in. Is that CVS2 in the back or SNK? He's already certified.
The reason why I want to make this video is because people just don't understand how mentally exhausting and draining it could be being consumed about what people want out of you as a fighting game player, or the expectations of being a fighting game player. And what I mean by that is, when I first started playing fighting games, I played them for fun as a kid. I enjoyed playing all different types of fighting games. You know, on Super Nintendo, Fatal Fury, World Heroes.
Facts.
And then later on, I got into Tekken on the PlayStation.
Can't forget about Killer Instinct, Street Fighter 2 Turbo, Super Nintendo. I started young.
Soul Calibur.
Yep, Soul Calibur.
In arcades, Soul Blade on PS1.
The classics. Yo, this man knows his stuff.
Killer Instinct.
Bloody Roar? If you played Bloody Roar, comment down below which character you use. I started off with Yugo the Wolf, Bakuryu the Mole, because he was like a ninja, and then ultimately I landed on Zeon the Unborn. One of the coldest 3D fighting game characters out there.
I started going to Chinatown Fair in the arcades, and then I started meeting other people that were into fighting games like me. I just got taught a lot about stuff, about Evo tournaments, competitions, and all kinds of different stuff of that nature, that people could compete and showcase their skills and show, you know, that there's money in fighting games. So as a kid, I was kind of addicted and chasing that dream to become a best player, to be respected for my skill and meet other people that were good like me. Like, it was just a dream of mine to take the fighting game stuff more seriously on that level. The issue with that is that nobody told me how much money it will cost.
Talk.
How low the payouts were.
Talk.
In the fighting game community, and how much of the mental health and how much you gotta practice.
Talk.
How good you gotta be to be good at these fighting games. Nobody told me any of this. Well, the stuff I was told, especially back then from Empire Arcade and Triforce, was basically that you could take this full time, you could become a pro player, and you could be paid to play. And that's not true, especially in the era that I did it in. Even now you could do it, but it's way harder. You have to have some kind of connections or whatnot. But it takes a mental health on you. Like, I give you, for me, for example, I was one of the best Tekken players in North America, period, for years, in multiple Tekken games. Tekken 6,
Talk.
Tekken Tag 2,
Talk.
Tekken Dark Resurrection. I was crushing it out here in all the East Coast tournament. I was a menace. I was a top player for many years. Early Tekken 7, I was winning almost every tournament over here too. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was getting it in OD and winning a lot for a long time playing Leech Hotline. The sad part about it, I didn't really get anything back from that.
That is the issue at hand. Nowadays, you can benefit from becoming a fighting game player because there are esports leagues, game developers hosting their own Premier League, Capcom World Tour, Tekken World Tour, SNK's doing their thing too. Got the esports World Cup, got Young Blaz, he just won 100K. The bag is there, but you got to put the work in. But back in the day, the bag was not there. If you're not getting sponsored and you're competing at these events and you're not placing high, bro, you're not really making anything back. And another thing too, pro players, they don't market themselves well. There's so many Street Fighter professionals that aren't making anything. But then you have Street Fighter personalities like Brian F, Diaphone. They're not the best in the game. They're really, really good, but they're amazing personalities. It's more beneficial to become a personality rather than a fighting game pro player. If you're like 5 years in, you haven't beaten the best players in the world, you haven't won at least 50K, there has to be some return of investment. Calculate all your expenses for 5 years. If you're competing at tournaments, booking a hotel, food, flight, travel, if you're doing all that, bro, and you're not getting anything back, then it's like, damn, what are we really doing it for? Then you keep doing it 10 years in. Now you're 15 years in. Like at that point, you could have taken that 10 years into another trade. You could have been a doctor, a lawyer, whatever it could have been. You see what I'm saying? And you could have made it worth your time. I kind of agree with him. You can get consumed in that adrenaline to wanting to be the best, that competitive spirit, because that's mainly why we play fighting games, is to win. Fighting games aren't fun unless you're playing with the homies or unless you're just playing casually. For the most part, fighting game players, we're competitive. We want to win. Losing sucks in fighting games. So it's like, if I'm going to be constantly putting myself in this environment where I'm stressed the fuck out and I'm traveling to fucking tournaments and I'm barely cracking top 8 and I'm barely getting any money, why am I wasting my whole entire career on this thing? It's better to do all those things, but do it like Max did. Max is chilling. Maximilian Dude should be the standard for all fighting game players.
Or longevity. It was kind of like the way the FGC tournaments or just FGC is in general. It's kind of like you come to our events, even if you support us for 10 years, it really don't matter. You're not going to get any special treatment. We just want you to keep spending your money and coming over here. If you win, that's cool. If you stop coming, oh well, we don't care about you no more. That's just how it is. There's no guaranteed plan for yourself. You know what I'm saying?
No retirement funds. Say the NFL, this ain't sports. There's no retirement plan for fighting games.
Seeing that I had nothing guaranteed and the payouts weren't that big, yeah, I won a good size of money playing fighting games. It's nothing to maintain me for life, you feel me? Like, it wasn't constant money all the time.
There's an unspoken truth to being a fighting game player. Like, you kind of get viewed differently. Like, if you're talking to a girl, she asks you, hey, what do you do? You can't be like, yeah, I play Street Fighter, I play Tekken, you know. So you meet her parents and they ask, hey, what's your boyfriend doing? Oh, yeah, he plays fighting games. You automatically get looked at from a different lens. I've had this happen to me. You want to make sure when you're in it and you're playing fighting games, bro, and you want to become pro, don't just throw that tag out there, hey, I want to be a pro player, and no, nigga, if you want to be the best, you be the fucking best. You watch the goddamn replays. You watch the automation channels out there that are featuring the top players. Copy what the hell they're doing. Get your name out there. Compete in tournaments. Play against pro players. And you fucking grind hard. Not just online and playing all day. Like, I'm talking really, really put the work in, because you're not going to get that time back. So when you're around the 30s, 40s, 50s, looking back at your life, 95% of fighting game players, it's a failed career because you're wasting your time. So the best way to go about doing it is make sure you're having fun while playing fighting games. Also focusing on your life. Focusing on your growth, whether you want to learn a new language, learn a new skill, take your ass back to school. So make sure you're working on your personal development yourself, because gamers, let's be real, most gamers don't really take care of themselves. Bad hygiene and all that kind of shit. So it's crazy.
It made things difficult for me. It made things really, really difficult for me. And I had to figure something out. And of course, you know, I started streaming and stuff, and streaming and obviously and making content, especially on Twitch. YouTube is kind of like whatever. I make these videos on YouTube just to talk to my Twitch audience, because those are the people that matter to me. You know, YouTube, there's some dudes that rock with me and are real supporters, but I'm gonna be real with you, a lot of you guys are not. A lot of you guys are extremely toxic and just demand stuff.
I'm gonna keep it a beam, bro. YouTube is always going to outweigh Twitch, in my opinion, unless you reach a certain plateau. That's a whole nother conversation to be had. I would say, bro, like, at the end of the day, fuck the comments, nigga. Fuck niggas who hate on you, because at the end of the day, none of them niggas matter. Back in the day, I used to get mad at comments. I had the whole thing with Dead or Alive. Y'all know how that shit went. You're never gonna meet these niggas. Fighting games is probably the worst choice you can make when it comes to creating a YouTube channel. So you really have to make engaging content these days if you really want to stand out on YouTube.
A lot of the mental health stuff that I've been dealing with has to do with you guys on YouTube. You guys are a menace, and apparently
there
you
are
do
some
this to, like,
demons.
almost every creator. So I'm not really surprised how YouTube get it in, but
I mean, that's just the FCC, bro. And you're playing Tekken.
you guys don't understand a lot of things. You don't understand how much work we put in. Like me, I stream every day. I make videos every day. And the reason why I was making this video is to explain to you guys, fighting games did ruin a lot of stuff in my life. You know what I'm saying? I could have probably done something else, instead of trying to get good at Tekken. I could have done mad other stuff and be way more set, have way more bread and everything way before. But luckily I was smart and I switched it into content and I was able to do something, regroup again. But in general,
See, that's it right there. Now, if you guys want to watch the rest of this video, I'm going to go ahead and leave the link so you go ahead and check out my man. Make sure to comment down below. I'm not trying to watch this whole man's video. That's his content. It's tough, man. Because it's like, bro, you're like 30-something, working at fucking Walmart and shit. You've been playing fighting games all your life. You got nothing to show for it. You can't put fighting game player or top 8 at Evo when you're trying to apply for a real life job. You can't get that time back. Play fighting games, but just know the return of investment is very, very shallow. Just know if you're not talented, if you're not a prodigy, if you're playing and you're busting your ass and you're still not seeing the results, you don't gotta quit playing it professionally, but make sure you're working on other things in life so that way you have a backup plan. Because at the end of the day, life is short. Go ahead and get a career, bro. Get a trade, welding, electrician, go to school, get your IT degree. It only takes like 2 years. Shout out to my boy Hex. He told me about it. Now look at him. He went to school for 2 years and now he has an amazing job. And he still plays games like he was doing. Got himself a career. So I feel like that's the best way to do it. The worst way to do it is like you're grinding and you're playing fighting games for like, and you're like, and nothing's really going for you. You're not really getting much money. You're streaming on Twitch, but maybe you crack 100 here and there. Maybe you're just stuck at 50. You're not really seeing much Twitch following growth. Like you're not getting much return of investment. So you gotta understand is like, bro, if I ain't doing anything big or if you're not bringing anything new to the table, then fighting games might not be. Then the fighting games might not be for you professionally. But that's all I got. Let me know how you guys feel about this video. Once again, shout out to my boy FightingGM. Like I said, go ahead and support the boy. Yeah, show him some love, man. He's an OG. He's a legend. But before we close it out, let me leave you guys with a positive message. Believe you can, and you're halfway there. 사랑해.